My name is Nicole, more commonly known as Nico, and I'm an artist. So I think it's been about 4 or 5 years since I left my job and have been just doing full-time art. It's crazy that, I feel like I've just been going full speed, like full throttle for those 4 years. And just now, like just recently, I've been able to look back and be like, wow, I've done a lot of things. Well, one challenge for me was developing a kind of a personal style. I've always had like the technical abilities because I learned how to paint and create art in school. But it's kind of a journey to figure out your own personal style and what sets you apart as an artist. And in order to survive as a professional artist, like a majority of the work that I've done is like commissioned work, and it's like now I can do commissions in my style. People come to me because they want my style, like they like my colors, they like, etc. But in the past, it was just like me painting things I didn't want to paint, so. And it's frustrating, but I'm grateful. Of course, I'm always grateful for every opportunity that I've had, but I feel like just now, finally, after like years and years of being an artist, I feel like I have a style that is unique, and I'm excited to expand on it. I actually didn't start taking my art career seriously until I learned about the law of attraction, which most people know about it, but there's so much research you can do about it. Like you can like literally just look up what the law of attraction is, like what you think about, what you bring about. You can create your own reality, but like it's so true and it's so real, and I have manifested so many of the things that I've dreamt of, like my house, my friends, my opportunities. Like I have a board on Pinterest and it's my dream board and I just scroll through it and it's everything. It's like fashion that I like, it's projects that I like, and it's sponsors that I want to work with, or brands that I want to work with, or people that I look up to, and I just look at it like as much as I can. And then it's funny to go back like a year later and look at my board on Pinterest, and like I've done these things. Like I painted a basketball court, like I manifested that. I was never like inspired to paint murals or like, wow, murals. My friends at Strata Clothing had a warehouse, their old warehouse, and they had walls, and they were like, oh, like I ended up painting the wall, like, but I don't even know what to use. Like I was using like Rust-Oleum spray paint from Walmart and just doing it, and then I just kind of started getting more into it and learning more about it. And I just happened to have some friends that like were graffiti writers and like used spray paint and stuff like that. So they gave me, I remember the day my friend gave me my first real can of like good spray paint, and he was like, what are you using? Like, what is this? And he's like, here, use this. And then he gave me all these caps and stuff, and then so I mostly painted with graffiti writers, and I'm so grateful that I learned from them. Butterflies kind of just recently became significant for me because my grandmother passed away last year. I was in North Carolina for the funeral, spending time with my grandfather, and he told me a story about how back, in his life, there was a really big flood in his city, and he lost a lot of his family members in the flood. And he was feeling very, very hopeless. So he went to a church and sat down and asked God for a sign to keep going. And he said a butterfly floated in right over his shoulder and like landed on the altar. So for him, that was the sign. And like, so since then, like butterflies have been a good omen for him and for our family. And like for my grandmother, her ashes are in a biodegradable box and there's a butterfly on it. So I feel like I'm kind of carrying on my family's like name, and it's just become a part of me and something that I'll probably paint a million more times. So being a youth empowerment enthusiast means being somebody that empowers the youth. And the reason I think that's important is because I want a brighter, better future for our city. I want, to see less violence. I want to see more young artists achieving success and thriving with their creativity. I think even outside of art, it's just important to empower kids to acknowledge their individuality, and so just in general, like empowering them and letting them know that they're worthy, over time, throughout generations, if we kind of like start this practice of empowering the next generations and helping them. And I've been working with the Boys and Girls Club for a few years now, and then they opened the City Teen Center, which is specifically for teenagers, and it's built to enable them to find success. One day it just like came to me, like I know what my next project is, and it was I'm gonna raise money to pay local artists to come in and paint murals. I know how important role models are, so bringing the artists into the teen center to be painting and interacting with the kids, and then it's just a great, a whole great thing that we're doing, and we're working on fundraising for it now. And then we're also gonna purchase artwork from local artists to hang on the walls. Art impacting society is like just art is everything. Like it moves us forward, like it progresses us, because artists present new ideas, different ways to look at things, like different ways to do things. In underprivileged communities and neighborhoods, like the people will like come by and talk to me and just tell me that like they didn't even realize like how much hope it would bring them just to see that, like a new mural in their neighborhood. Like they tell me like it inspires them, like they like cry to me and I'm like, wow, like I'm just so happy that I could do that. If you want to contact me, you can always reach me on Instagram. I'm the most active on Instagram. I'm always happy to answer questions and give advice to any artists that have any questions. I've been through it all. Maybe not, I haven't been through it all, but I've been through a lot and I've learned a lot, so I can probably help you out.